Hello everyone and welcome. It's Lenny. As you can see, this isn't normal appearance, but it is Halloween. Well, it is now. However, when you see this, it'll probably be tomorrow. Um, but still, happy Halloween. Um, I wanted to do like a what kind of bugs me sort of pet hate kind of thing, but it's just light-hearted, nothing serious. I'm not like I'm not really seriously angry about these things or anything. It's just little things, that I'm sure we all have. Um, and please, comment below with whatever yours are. So to start off with, it is sandals, specifically on men, because women can get away with it, but men who wear sandals and with socks, especially, it's just a no. You know what I mean? Um, I mean, if you don't have socks, obviously you've got hairy toes on the go, and that's never a good thing. And then it's just not a good look at all. Um, I don't know why people. It just I don't know what it is about them that I just dislike so much, but I really do. Um, And also, well, we call flip-flops, but they're like the thong style where it goes between your toes. I really couldn't think of anything worse than having something between my toes. But then I think maybe the whole issue that I've got around all of this is the fact that I don't like feet. Um, I just don't get people who have fetish, can't even say it, foot fetishes. It's just weird. Like, feet are horrible. Like, nobody has, like, just they're not nice. No. So yeah, so that's the first thing. The second thing is, um and again, this is just like, something that bugs me. If someone spells my name wrong and it's written in front of them, like, I kind of I find it a little bit like they're not that arsed, if you know what I mean. So they just spell it wrong. Obviously, I mean, this discounts people who obviously, have issues around, because I'm not the best speller and things like that. But I just sometimes feel that people think, well, I'll just do it my way, even though it's written in front of them. And I'm like, I kind of feel like it's just that they're not bothered enough. But again, this is just like, it's not a serious thing. I would never say anything or anything like that. I would never say anything and then just do it a video. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, I wouldn't say anything on the post itself. I'd just let it go. I'm not that thingied about it, but I just sometimes feel it's a little bit like they're not bothered enough to put your name properly. They just do it the way they want to. But anyway. And then the third thing is, when someone is wanting maybe the number for a takeaway, or the doctors, or a hairdressing salon, or whatever it is like that, and they ask on Facebook for a specific number for a specific shop. So it could be just like, oh, does anyone know Tiffany's florist's phone number? And I'm like, why don't you just Google it? It's kind of like they're making a point of putting it on there so everyone knows what they're doing. And I know that's really petty, isn't it, to sort of bring that up, I guess. But if it's a recommendation, that's completely different, because you're recommending something. You want something good, and you want someone who's had customer service from these places, and they've had, the product has been great or whatever. But when it's just for the phone number for a specific place that you could do just as quick on Google, I don't get that. I really don't. But each to their own and all that. Um, what was that? Oh, that was number 3, was it? Yeah. So number 4 is slugs. It would have been moths, right? Because I really don't like moths. However, moths produce the silk moths, and so obviously there's a purpose to them and things like that. But slugs, I really don't have a clue what their purpose is. Does anyone? I mean, am I missing out here? Is it some a magical, amazing thing that I just don't know? I mean, it seems to me that they just kind of come in your house, make a mess of them I don't know if everybody did this, but when you were a kid and you made a scribble pattern on paper and then you coloured in the different bits. Well, we did that as kids, the joys. um, it, it's kind of like they come in and they just made that sort of scribble. That's really hard to say. Scribble pattern on your carpet, and then they leave, and you're like, you know, it's really annoying. Um, and I just don't get the point of them. I mean, I've had them climbing up the wall and everything. It's just really weird. Also, this once, because I couldn't get up the stairs because of my knees, I used to stay downstairs, like my bed was in the sitting room kind of thing. And I woke up one night and needed to go to the bathroom. And when I stood up, I stood on a slug. And honest to God, it's the most horrible feeling ever. I mean, the poor thing, it was probably I kind of, like being as big as I am, it had to have been like flattened, squashed completely. And obviously it was dark and I needed to go to the toilet, so I just kind of ran to the toilet. I came back. Well, no, I never ran. I've never run anywhere. Why am I lying? So I went to the toilet. I came back and I thought to myself, I'll deal with that in the morning. I really didn't want to deal with flat, dead slugs kind of thing. Next day I woke up and I thought to myself, oh, I've got to do this. So I looked down to where I stood on it, and there's this big patch of goo where it had obviously splattered, but it wasn't there. And I'm like, oh my God, there's just some sort of voodoo magic going on here, because there's just no way that could have survived it, because I mean, someone as big as me standing on it didn't make sense. And I'm thinking, I must have literally squeezed all the goo out of it. It couldn't have had any left. I mean, what other purpose of job would it have? It was gooless. It would have been disowned from its family and everything. So yeah, I just I find them really make my skin crawl a bit. So if anyone does know what the purpose of them are, then please let us know. And the last thing is just people who are idiots, basically. Whether that's because they say something to someone, instead of just thinking it, they shouldn't open their mouth. Whether they're bullies, whether they're self-centered, whatever it is, people who are assholes, they bug me as well. So anyway, this is pretty short for me because it's 1 to 10 minutes, so it's definitely short. Please write down in the comments whatever things bug you. Just lighthearted. None of this was serious. It's just a bit of fun. Apart from people who are arseholes. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, and ring the bell. Yeah. Bye.